What if I told you there's a car out there that looks like it came straight out of Seoul, drives like it came from Stuttgart, and hits harder than anything in its class under 40 grand? A sedan that wasn't supposed to win. Hell, it wasn't even supposed to exist. But it did. And it came swinging. I'm talking about the Genesis G70 3.3T. A twin-turbo, rear-wheel drive brawler with luxury on the outside and a street racer's heart underneath. It's not German, it's not Japanese, but it might just be the perfect underdog for the JDM generation. Let's break down why this Korean sleeper could be your next favorite car, and why the G70 3.3T deserves a seat at the table with legends like the 3 Series, the Q50 Red Sport, and even the Lexus IS350 F Sport. No one saw it coming. Not from Genesis, not from Hyundai, not from a brand that, just a decade earlier, was known for making budget econoboxes and mid-tier crossovers, but in 2018, Genesis dropped a bomb. The G70 3.3T landed with one clear mission: take the fight straight to BMW. And it didn't come alone. It brought rear-wheel drive dynamics, a twin-turbocharged heart, and the kind of steering feel that made people do a double take. While the world was busy drooling over the next M340i or arguing about Audi's latest digital cockpit, Genesis went full underdog mode and cooked up a car that could actually hang with, and in some cases, beat them. For car enthusiasts, this wasn't just exciting, it was a wake-up call. Let's talk about style. The G70 didn't come out of nowhere. It followed the wake of design success from the Kia Stinger and the Genesis G80. But the G70 was meant to be the sharpest, most aggressive one of the bunch. Exterior? Think compact proportions with muscle. Long hood, short rear deck, athletic fenders. It's got a stance that says, I lift. Inspired by European sport sedans, yes, but with a Korean twist. And with the facelift in 2022, that aggressive crest grille and quad headlights turned the G70 into a low-key menace on the streets. Behind the scenes, it was Peter Schreier. Yup, Audi TT fame, again, teamed with Luke Donkerwolke, Lamborghini designer, to make the G70 look fast, even when it's parked. It's the kind of sleeper design that JDM fans love. Subtle enough to fly under the radar, mean enough to get nods at every stoplight. You want credibility? How about this? Genesis didn't just hire anyone to develop the G70. They brought in Albert Biermann, the same guy who tuned the M3, M4, and M5 during his time at BMW M. This wasn't a coincidence. Genesis literally poached him to turn their new RWD platform into something legit. And he delivered. The chassis on the G70 is tight. The steering feels alive. The suspension tuning? Dialed in for that sweet balance between firm and forgiving. And when you spec it right, rear-wheel drive, the 3.3T motor, and the limited slip diff, you're not just getting a sporty daily. You're getting a driver's car. The kind that makes you want to take the long way home. Every single time. Here's the juicy part. Under the hood of the Genesis G70 3.3T sits a 3.3-liter twin-turbo V6 that cranks out 365 horsepower and 376 pound-foot of torque. Sounds familiar? That's because it shares DNA with the Kia Stinger GT. But in a lighter, shorter chassis, it hits different. From 0 to 60 miles per hour? Just 4.5 seconds. Top speed? Over 155 km/h. Quarter mile? High 12s with the right tires. And it ain't just power. It's the whole performance package. Brembo brakes standard. Launch control included. 8-speed automatic transmission with paddle shifters that respond sharp. Optional all-wheel drive, but real ones go RWD with the limited slip differential. This isn't just a spec sheet. It's ammo. Step inside the G70 and you instantly realize this isn't your typical econo sedan turned wannabe sports car. It's upscale, refined, and most importantly, driver-focused. Every button, every stitch feels intentional. From the thick leather-wrapped steering wheel to the aluminum trim and quilted Napa leather seats. It screams premium. But it's not just about flexing luxury. It's about creating an experience for the one behind the wheel. Standard features? You get Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, a crisp 8-inch touchscreen, and a 15-speaker Lexicon sound system that absolutely slaps. Think Bang & Olufsen vibes, clean, punchy, and immersive. And if you're thinking about daily drivability, the G70's got heated and ventilated seats, dual-zone climate, adaptive cruise control, and a surprisingly smooth ride when you're not mashing the throttle. It's the best of both worlds. Comfort for the commute, and aggression when you want it. Let's be real. Genesis isn't a household name like BMW or Lexus, but the G70 changed that. Car reviewers across the globe lost their minds when they drove it. Motor Trend named it Car of the Year in 2019. Car and Driver gave it consistent 10 Best awards. Even die-hard Euro fans had to give props. Why? Because it did what few cars have done. It earned respect. No gimmicks, just raw performance, good design, and undeniable value. And overseas, Korea saw the G70 become a symbol of homegrown pride. In the US, it quietly gained a cult following, especially among young drivers who were tired of overpaying for a badge. This was a car that delivered M340i-level thrills without the BMW tax or the reliability roulette. The G70 didn't just shake things up, it rewrote the rules. In a market obsessed with SUVs and badge prestige, Genesis did the unthinkable. They dropped a legitimate sports sedan that could dance with the greats. And though it's still technically in production, we all know where this story goes. The G70 3.3T is being phased out in favor of EVs, crossovers, and softer luxury. The future might be electric, but this was pure combustion-era magic. It'll go down as one of the last true driver's sedans, a no-BS car that delivered performance, luxury, and value without chasing clout. To the JDM crowd, the G70 might feel like an outsider, but look closer, and you'll see it shares the same spirit. A love for RWD performance, a tuner-friendly engine with massive potential, a desire to carve corners, not just flex at car meets. This wasn't just Korea flexing. It was Genesis firing a shot across the bow of the luxury performance world. If you're into cars that punch above their weight, that offer more than what the badge promises, then the Genesis G70 3.3T belongs on your radar. It's the kind of car you buy with your heart and your brain. Quick, sharp, well-built, and still flying low under the radar. For the price of a used IS350 or a tired 335i, you could have a modern-day sleeper with a twin-turbo V6, real driving dynamics, and more street cred than people realize. And in a world where everything's going hybrid or electric, the G70 3.3T might just be one of the last great gasoline sedans you can actually afford and enjoy. So next time someone says JDM only means Japanese, remind them, true car culture is about passion, performance, and driving something that makes you feel alive. And this Korean underdog? It checks every box. Like, subscribe, and let me know below. Would you drive the Genesis G70 3T over a German sports sedan or a JDM Classic? Drop your builds, your dream mods, or if you've owned one, tell us your story. Peace out, car fam. Stay boosted.